Hello Pilates movers and welcome to day 9. Okay, so day 9 means that our next day is day 10, which means we have a classical series coming up. So for day 9, since we've been doing Pilates now for 8 days in a row, on day 9 I'm gonna do more of like a tutorial, modifications for our traditional sequence tomorrow. And so we will be doing some moving and some trying and some exercising, but it won't be quite like the flow of our other workouts because when we do the traditional sequence, I just want to get through as much as we can in our short window of time, and it's really hard to do effective cueing and modifications at the same time. Since again, we're all at a little bit different level, including me. I'm definitely not currently an advanced practitioner, so I want you to have options and tools. So we are just going to start. I have my list here. I am going to send to you today the full list of the advanced order and then the list of what we are doing for day 10, okay, so that you can take a look at it first. And then feel free again to message with any questions or modifications specific to your needs, and I will get back to you either with an email, text, or video, okay? So we're gonna start with our hundreds, and the hundreds for me have always been challenging. They are getting easier, but it's really hard, and so I just wanted to review some different ways to do the hundreds for you. When we pump, first of all, it's supposed to be really, it doesn't look like a lot, right? But it should be a really strong stiff arm and a pumping down, like you're slapping water. Okay, all the way from the shoulder. So it's not an elbow or wrist or finger. Okay, and we can do this with our head and shoulders down. If you're finding that you're up and your head is getting heavy, just bring it down when you need to. And if you feel like you can bring it back up, go ahead and do that too. Okay, so this would be probably the easiest modification here. And then of course with our chair position or our modified chair position, okay? And then as we get better and better, the full 100 is actually right about here, which is so challenging, I think, okay? It's really hard for me to stabilize with my legs that low for that long, but let's just do our 100 because we still need to warm up. So let's take our regular inhale, okay, regular exhale, find the lower body position, and let's in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 4, 5, into 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, into 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, into 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. Relax. So I just did a few different things with my legs. You can feel free to play with that as much as you want. Okay, this is your practice. Okay, we're keeping some continuity and consistency, but it doesn't have to be very rigid, okay? And for our roll-ups, we did talk about this before, a little bit of modifications. If you can, the full roll-up starts with the arms back, and on the exhale, we raise the arms and we roll up, and there should be no momentum, okay? And then we stretch over. Inhale and exhale, and holding on to control down. So if you need modifications, maybe your arms don't go all the way back. Okay, maybe it's just here and back down. Okay, maybe it's here. Okay, and back down. Okay, so again, let's play with it. So let's just do about 2. Inhale and exhale. Really close those ribs and shrink them. Stretch over and back down. And last one. Okay, we will be picking up the pace a little bit for class 10, which is also why I wanted to do more of a tutorial here for you. Okay, because We'll do about 3 to 5 reps of everything, and we're gonna just go quick, quick, quick. Okay, for your rollover, okay? Rollovers, I think what we can do in chair position. If staying at a bridge is best for you, then just stay at a bridge for a rollover, okay? If it's really hard for you to get your legs over. You also can just do chair position like a reverse ab curl. Okay, you can bring your arms out to the side, overhead. Okay, legs straight. Okay, and really use these triceps to help push. Okay, so when we do this, your legs should come about parallel to the floor, and you should be in a lifted curve. And we can add the legs if you feel like you're ready for that level of choreography, okay? But also, I don't think I'm doing a great job of demoing this. It's not a pull this way. It's the actual same like we do with bridging, we curl up. That should be the first movement as opposed to the flexion at the hip. So it's almost here. Okay, give that a try and see if that feels any different for you. Okay, because when we get to our more advanced moves, that's gonna make a little bit of a difference. Okay, so I'm gonna skip ahead to what's called our open leg rocker. I do have to sit in the center of the mat here so I don't fall off the Cadillac. But I was taught, like, we start sitting up tall, knees are a little wide, pressing into your arms, and we round back. But we do keep a little bit of lift here. So where I'm rounded, there should be slightly more lifted, and we bring the toes off the ground. And then we stretch one leg up and back down. And we stretch the second leg up and back down. And we can stretch both legs up. Now, if that is hard for you, you can keep it here, here. You can continue one leg at a time, just finding the balance. The exercise itself is to inhale, roll back, and exhale, roll forward, and balance. With super straight legs, rounding through the spine, and then lifting through the spine. But again, if it's best for you to just find balance, then just work on that, okay? So go ahead and give that a try. Let's do one more. Let's roll back. Oh, not to the head. Roll forward and up. And remember, no momentum. All of that is generated through core muscle engagement, breath, and intention. If you're flinging yourself back and forth, it might feel easy and doable, but it lacks control, and that's the whole point. Okay, we are going to start working into some more rotational work. Okay, the corkscrew is a pretty complex movement. I think it's rotation, moves through like all the planes actually, and I'm getting a little warm. So it's really hot in this Pilates studio, so I'm just gonna take off my jacket. It was not hot when I started. Okay, and let's go into just our chair position here. And we're just gonna rotate. Inhaling and exhale back. Your arms can be wide. They can be on your hips. They can be next to you close. It's up to you, but we're just gonna do this. So this would be almost like the most modification. I guess the most modification would be here. Okay, if you're rocking from side to side. And this is generated not by a knee fall, but by a rotation of the pelvis, okay? So then let's add our straight legs to prepare for the corkscrew. So again, we tip one hip down, one hip, and the legs are along for the ride. We inhale, pause, and then you can see we exhale from the ribs and pull. So we're doing a one vertebra at a time, but in this rotation, okay? And then from here, our corkscrew combines a little bit like leg circling and roll over. So again, I'll show you a little modification. We rotate to one side. We come, circle the legs around and bring our pelvis more to neutral. Rotate to the second side and come back to our original position. And we reverse. We tip to the other side, rock the pelvis to neutral, lowering the legs, rock the pelvis to the second side, and to your center. So now the original corkscrew, it starts in a rollover position. And we roll down the spine on one side, do the movement we just did, and come up the other side. So it's gonna look like this. We find our rollover, and we roll down one side of the spine, tilting the pelvis. Shoulders should be about centered still. We circle around, and we roll up. I used a little momentum there just to make sure I got up for you guys. And then we roll down the second side, spiraling the pelvis. So we're a little bit more tipped than we were before. Around, controlled by the spine and pelvis. Okay, so that's the corkscrew. We're gonna put that in day 10. Okay, adding some rotational movements. So let's flip for swan dive. Now I have to tell you, since I had baby number 4 and C-section number 4, I've not really been able to do the swan. So I will do my best. And if I need to send you a video of it instead of me doing it, I will. Okay, so our feet are just about mat width apart, and our hands are near or slightly in front of our shoulder, and we lift up. Okay, this would be like our swan. I need to come a little forward because I can't extend so much of my lumbar spine anymore. And then we'll bring it down. For the rocking swan, okay, to prepare, we can keep our hands down, keep our chin slightly lifted, and rock forward and up. Okay, lifting through the posterior chain or glutes. Okay, and then if you wanted to do the full swan, you would let go, stay and let go, and rock up with no pause. I don't know if that makes sense, so let's show. Okay, so we rock forward and lift. Okay, and we'll rock back and forth. Okay, and that is also my 31-day goal, to get into a really high lift with my arms on the way up. So when we're coming up, we're getting that nice extension there, okay? So that's the rocking swan. Side kicks. I did just want to review side kicks really quick for form. I know we talked a little bit about this, but we can be, if you need the most support, you would be here, okay? A little less support here, making sure we have our mouse house. So we're trying to stay lifted in the bottom side, okay? So we're not collapsing and relaxing, okay? So a little ribcage shift, if you can see that. Okay, if your feet go slightly forward, you have a wider base of support. Okay, you can always bend the bottom leg for another wider base of support. And then you can come up on your elbow. Okay, so we've done this before. We did this, I think, in one of our classes. You just get a slightly less range of motion because we're keeping our pelvis stable. If we were rocking our pelvis back, you might get more. But if we were going for a wide circle, this might be the best place for you. Okay, so we can get that wide circle as opposed to here. Just limits the range of motion, but does really create a lot of tension in the hip. So play with those and see what works best. And again, it might be different for you on each side, okay? If you want to go ahead and do a couple on the other side, go for it. I'm not going to. I am going to show you the jackknife. Okay, this is, I think I say it a lot, but one of my favorite Pilates rollover exercises. So this adds on to the rollover. Okay, if you have any issues with your neck, or if you feel like you have a cold and you're going to sneeze, please skip this exercise, okay? And you would just do the rollover, okay? So the scale back for the jackknife is the rollover. Okay, so let's get ready. I love it. So let's see if we can do it. We're going to start in a rollover position. We're going to roll so our toes touch the ground this time, and then we'll flex, or we'll extend at the hip. So raise the leg and extend at the spine. So your spine straightens and your toes reach forward. Press down through your arms, and you're going to roll down, keeping your toes in front of your belly button if you can. I collapsed a little bit, okay? And that would be a little scale back if you need to. Okay, your scale back might look something like this as you come down, dropping your legs back down. Okay, but ideally, we're going to keep our toes, so we're gonna press from this, hamstrings or glutes, press towards the wall in front of you, not behind you, okay? That's jackknife. And teasers. Okay, I think we did only one round of teasers so far. Okay, it's just like a V-sit. And there's different ways to scale back, same like the rollover. We start with the arms back, and we inhale, and we can circle the arms around for this one. Round up, hold if you need to. Get that lift. We need this in the teaser. It helps make it different than the rollover. And then the roll down back to your start. Okay, you can also try it with the single leg lift in preparation. Try to keep it up. Second side, and again, inhaling. This will be a big exhale. Okay, lift. It's a little harder to get that lift with this leg up, okay? Coordinating that. You can also start in chair position, rocking a little bit forward, extending the legs, reach, and roll back, bring it back to chair position, okay? So teaser modifications. And side bend. I might need a sticky for this. Okay, just because my socks are slippery on the vinyl of the Cadillac. Okay, side bend. Full side bend will start like this. Feet stacked, knees bent forward, hips slightly behind the knee. And we inhale, and on our exhale, we press up, whoop, into a side plank, okay? We'll probably add some arm movements, but we're in a side plank, not really a side arch, okay? And then we dip, inhale, and exhale, raise, okay? Modifications, cross at the ankles, bend your bottom leg, okay? We can still add this for control. If you don't have good wrist, you can be in any one of these leg positions, okay? And again, your size might be different, which also is fine. My sides are very different. That was, believe it or not, my strong side. My other side, not so strong, so you'll see that tomorrow. I think that's all I have for the newer, more complex exercises. We will also be adding in the full stomach series, probably still with breaks. 2 exercises, and then 1, instead of linking all 5. And I think that's about it. I'm just looking over my list to make sure I didn't forget anything. So it will be a no props classical sequence, and I will send you those exercises. All right, thank you so much.